Hello and welcome to 2024. I hope all of you had a wonderful holiday season and a happy new year. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Steve Thoele. I'm a principal broker with Premier Property Group, and I'm here to do another update on the Tigard real estate market. This update will cover the last 8 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, December 31st. So, as I always do, I'm going to share my screen here now and go through some info for you on what's happening out there. So, first off, we'll look at active listings, homes that are on the market right now in Tigard, and you can kind of see we kind of had a pretty big decline as we move throughout December here in terms of activity, which is obviously not surprising, getting close to the holidays. So last week, between last week of the year, we only had 4 new properties come on the market in Tigard, and 5 the week prior to that. So very quiet last couple of weeks of the year. And total active listings, that has been on the decline here. We had a peak of 253 7 weeks back, and you kind of see that just kind of continually declined to the most recent level of 179 homes on the market as of the end of last week. And then the price and the days on market for those active listings, you can see both those measures are up. We had a low of 660,000 was the median price to begin with, and that climbed throughout the last 2 months. Got up to a high of 728 2 weeks ago, did fall back a little bit this last week to 713,000. And days on market's been up markedly here as well. So 46 days was the low, and you kind of see it just kind of stair-stepped up to a high of 71 days of average market time, again, for these most recent 179 homes on the market. So, kind of what this tells me is the homes that are kind of remaining on the market are the more expensive ones. They're not selling as quickly, and they're staying on the market longer right now. And then moving along to pendings, you can kind of see what's happening there. Last week we had 8 properties go pending, which was a low for the past 8 weeks. So again, pretty quiet week on pendings. And total pendings, you can kind of see that's been declining here as well. Had a high of 103 to begin with, and kind of worked its way down to 77 homes are right now on pending status, most recent number there. The median price and days on market for those pendings, you can kind of see we had a high of 616 here 7 weeks back. And then for the past 5 weeks, it's been sitting right at 600,000, has not moved over the past 5 weeks in terms of the median price of these pending listings. Days on market has been working its way up quite a bit, kind of double actually. Started off at 31 days of average market time, and then most recent reading is 62 days of a market time for, again, these most recent 77 homes that are in pending status. And then the last thing we'll look at here is sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this together, we had 19 properties crossover from pending to sold this last week. So pretty decent week actually of closings, being the last week of December, up from the week prior where we had 15. And then when I look back over the prior 4 weeks of closings on a week-by-week basis here, that's the red bars. You can kind of see we've actually, been on the uptick here. So we had a low of 60 homes have sold over the prior 4 weeks here, about 6 weeks back, and you can kind of see it has gotten a little bit higher over this past 5 weeks or so. Hitting most recent number is 67 closings over the prior 4 weeks here as of this last week. And the price, median price and days on market for these solds, you can kind of see what's happened there. So we had a low of 573, and that shot clear up to 625 here 3 weeks back, and it has kind of come down the last 2 weeks, hitting the last most recent number is 587,000 is the median price for these 67 homes that have sold most recently. And the days on market, that has risen here a bit. We had a low of 25 days on market time to begin with, and finished with 37 days here of average market time for these most recent 67 homes. And then last bit of data here is the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So red bars is that weeks of inventory, which is always, kind of good measurement of relative supply and demand. And that has come down over this past 8 weeks as supplies decline, as well as closings has been up a bit over the past 2 months. So that's kind of driven this number down. So we had close to about 16 weeks, a little under 16 weeks, getting close to about 4 months of inventory, and finished it out here at closer to between 10 and 11 weeks of inventory. So 2.5 months or so of inventory most recently. And then the sale prices are the original list price, that kind of the pricing power, as I kind of call it. That has kind of come down from where we started, where we were close to about 99%. So only about a 1% discount off the original list price was what sellers were getting. And that got clear down to about 96.3. So, about, 3%, throughout do the math here, about 3.7% off of the original list price. And then we did see an uptick this last week, back up to just under about 98%. So, getting about, a little more than 2% off original list price, what sellers are getting most recently. So, all in all, I would say, not too bad. Doesn't paint a bad picture at all of what's happening in Tigard. So about 2.5 months of inventory, and prices remaining relatively firm. So that's kind of Tigard in particular. And if you've been watching these videos for a while, this will be kind of a new thing that I wanted to start sharing on a weekly basis, is just kind of what's happening with mortgage rates. So I kind of follow a mortgage tracking service called Mortgage News Daily. They provide information on what's happening with interest rates. And what we're looking at is kind of the chart here for the 30-year fixed rate conventional mortgage for a A+ borrower. So we kind of entered the beginning of last year of 2023 at right around 6.5%. You can kind of see that got down to a low of 6 right about the beginning of February. And then we just kind of started this long, slow, painful climb in interest rates, clear up to just about 8%. Is where we peaked out in about mid-October or so. And then from there, we started to see a pretty rapid decline of rates, which was, really a welcome sight to see. And then we kind of got into, December, it really took a big dive down. So right now, today, you can kind of see over the past couple of weeks, it's been kind of holding steady at right around 6.6, 6.7% or so. Is kind of where we are at today. The Fed kind of came out, the Federal Reserve came out last month when they're meeting, and basically kind of said that, they think that their rate tightening is done. That cycle is done. And, depending upon what inflation does here, we could see, a series of interest rate cuts over the course of, 2024. And, who knows when those will actually happen. But, I think most people kind of seem to think that we're going to kind of continue to see, hopefully a decline in the interest rate environment here over this next year. And that'll obviously be, a welcome indicator for the housing market. So that's kind of the update right now. And we'll keep you updated going forward. So hope that was helpful for you as always. And if I can answer questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. We'd love to chat with you. My number, my phone number and my email address are always down below these videos in the description. So don't hesitate to reach out, give me a call, send me an email or a text, and I'd be happy to chat with you. So always really appreciate any likes, comments, shares, feedback that you have on these videos. That's really helpful. So, please let me know what you're thinking. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please click that subscribe button before you leave. It's a great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in your local market. So hope you have a fantastic day and week ahead, and we will see you on the next update.